Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Haley and I just want to say welcome. Thank you so much for watching. I am so glad that you are here. Today's video is going to be another holiday Christmas decor-esque video. I have just really been in the holiday spirit this year, and it has been so fun being in New York City around Christmas time. It is truly the most wonderful time of the year here. New York City does Christmas so well. Just the whole holiday season, it's magical. So I have been embracing it to the fullest, and it has been a blast decorating our apartment for the holiday. In my last video, I shared how Jesse and I and our little wiener dog Samson are going to be staying in New York for the holidays, so it's just gotten me extra wanting to make our apartment super cozy and ready for Christmas because we're going to be here all month. We're not going to be traveling mid-month back to the Midwest where we're from originally, so we are just embracing this time of year. Today's video is going to be another DIY video. We're going to be making some ornaments that I bought on Amazon, a little bit prettier because, as I will show you, we have a lot of gold in our apartment, but the gold on these ornaments is just very tacky, and I'm just looking forward to making them a little bit prettier without spray painting them. So I'm excited to show you guys how I do that. So let's dive into the video. These are the ornaments that I got from Amazon. So I'm just gonna open this box and show you guys. They are Indian shelf online treasure chest. So this is what they look like. We're gonna have a small Christmas tree this year, so I wanted smaller little ornaments, but I like how they kind of look a little old school. They have this almost like a black but not too dark finish on the top, but I just don't love how this gold is so kind of bright and a little tacky looking. I want it to match more with the gold finishes that we already have. I'll show you right here. I don't know if you can really see very well, but here's another example. So I'm going to use what is called rub and buff to make these a little bit cuter. So let me show you how I do that. Okay, so I know I have definitely talked about this before in previous videos, but this is rub and buff. And it's basically, it says a wax metallic finish, and it's made out of these metallic-y powders. And the reason why I like it more than spray paint is because you have a lot more control with rub and buff. So if I were to spray paint these, I would somehow have to remove these tops because I want to keep the tops this color. But with these, I can just kind of rub on the spots that I want the color to be. And it also kind of creates more of a vintagey finish. So I'll show you another example of how I have used these. Okay, so this is one example on this hardware where I use the rub and buff. So I just kind of taped around it and then use this wax finish, and it doesn't come off. It stays on really well. You don't have to seal it in or anything, and that way I didn't have to remove all the doors and all the hardware and go outside and spray paint them that way. We also did these door handles, so you can kind of see where it is starting to a lot of wear comes from having our finger on it, but they were black, but I made them into this pretty European gold, I think is what I used. So you do have to eventually kind of go over them if there's a lot of wear and tear and traction on them. And it comes in a ton of different colors. So this is like a black color. This one is one of my favorites, European gold. As you can see, this is European gold too, and I've like used the entire thing basically. This is antique gold and gold leaf. So we're probably gonna be using European gold because that's my favorite, and this is the color that I've used around our apartment. So let's try this out. You having a little nappy? Is that nice? You good boy. All right, so let's start. So I'm gonna take one of my ornaments. I'm gonna take my European gold, and this can get a little messy, but it does come off with nail polish remover. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to, a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on the ornament like so. And then this is just like a little makeup brush. So I am just gonna take this and lightly rub it in all over. And I'm just gonna try my best to avoid getting this, oh shoot, see, this black part colored. And again, it does come off with nail polish remover. So I might use that if I do get it on the black part. All right, so we have the first one done. So I'll set that there, and then I will show you the difference. So you can see this one's kind of like a bright, the like sort of tackier gold. This one is just looking a lot more muted and kind of like a vintagey vibe. Pretty please let me know if you guys do this to Christmas ornaments that you have that you want to make look cuter or more like cohesive. I know right now a beautiful, very cohesive Christmas tree is kind of the vibe. If you use this on like a frame, like I've had frames that I've bought that I just wanted to look a little bit more cohesive with like the other frames that we have. So I have used Rub and Buff on it. I've used Rub and Buff on our coffee table because it arrived and it was like a very tacky gold color and it just did not look as like vintagey as I wanted it to. Also, this brush I definitely recommend because it definitely gives you like a bit more control than like when I've used a little towel and things like that. I just love hearing like what you guys are up to, what you guys are doing. It's actually like very, very fun to hear, and I just kind of feel honored, quite frankly, that you would share your life with me. So anyway, I would love to know what you guys are up to for the holiday season, if you're traveling, or if you're staying cozy like Jesse and I at home, or if you're hosting. We're planning a little Christmas party. We're gonna have it be like an ugly Christmas sweater party. And then Jesse, of course, he's like Mr. Bartender. He's gonna make a bunch of fun cocktails for all of us. And then I am working on making a bunch of Christmas cookies. So it's gonna be like cocktails and cookies and ugly Christmas sweaters type of party, and it'll be a jolly good time. So the more that you buff, the more shiny they get. So I might go over them afterward and just buff them even more, but right now I'm just trying to like evenly disperse the wax, and it definitely is a little messy, but worth it. Definitely worth it. And I will link everything that I'm using for you guys. I'll do another video probably of decorating the tree and putting it all together so you guys can see the final product. So I'm just gonna take a paper towel and I am going to just wipe them down, any like extra residue, but you can see like it doesn't really transfer very much at all. So it dries like basically immediately. So yeah, this is another nice thing about using Rub and Buff instead of spray paint. It's like spray paint, you need to go outside, then it has to like dry, then you have to do the other side. This dries immediately. Nothing is really coming off of it except for just like a little bit of leftover oil from the wax. And I might go through with like a smaller brush and see if I can get off some of the Rub and Buff that I did get on like the little caps of these. It doesn't really bug me, but I do think it would look a little bit nicer if it wasn't transferring as much onto that. I could have probably used a smaller brush to keep it a little bit more even, and if I had taken my time a little bit more, that probably would have also been better. But while I have this little brush out and my Rub and Buff out, I might just go over to the door handles of our closets and see if I can just touch up those parts where our fingers touch quite a bit to open and close the doors. Alright, so I can confirm that nail polish remover definitely helps to get it off of a surface. So what I'm going to do is just take a little cotton ball like so and dab an even smaller makeup brush that I don't really use onto here because I don't really want to have a ton of the remover on this. So I know it's a little bit dark, so I'll see if I can show you guys, but I'm just gonna go around with the nail polish remover and try to get some of the Rub and Buff off the tops of these things that I did kind of a messy job on. I think it's working. Yeah, that definitely looks a lot better. Perfect. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do with the rest of these. All right, you guys, so we have the final product and I love how they turned out. I just think that they are gonna be so cute on our little tree, and I think that they're going to go a lot better with the rest of the apartment, and they just look a little bit more calming and neutral than that like bright kind of tacky gold. So highly recommend using Rub and Buff on your Christmas ornaments this year. I am just going to toss these back in here until we are ready to use them because, like I said, they're completely dry and it won't transfer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all very soon in my next holiday decor video. So stay tuned. Bye!